a way to stay well.
The town of Quartzsite, Arizona is a mess. The town hall sends out paychecks to people who aren't employed by the government and won't explain why or who these people are. The police chief runs roughshod over the mayor and the entire town, using force to shut people out of open public meetings. Look what happens to this woman who was invited by the mayor to speak at a town hall.
What I wanted to explain to the people here tonight is what a tax...
The majority of this council has moved that
there's no motions in front of the council right now.
This is a framework. This tax is not mandated.
All right.
You are in violation of my rules of order, Sergeant.
Don't resist the officer. Do not resist the officer.
The mayor has...
Do not resist the officer. Do not resist the officer.
Let it go, Jade. Let it go.
That woman is now facing charges of disorderly conduct, and she joins us now. Jennifer Jones, Quartzsite resident and publisher of the Desert Freedom Press. Jennifer, welcome to the show. What was the point you were trying to make just there? Because that was very disturbing video we just looked at.
Well, I was trying to make 2 points. One was that they had recently changed a protocol for public comments without ratifying it or codifying it legally. And the other was that a proposed tax was not actually mandated by the state, and I wanted the people to be aware of that before the council acted on it.
Now, it's obvious that you were muzzled there by the police. Nevertheless, this wasn't the first run-in that you've had with them, right?
No, about 3 years ago, some of the officers of the Quartzsite Police Department came in my home without a warrant, and I had asked for some sort of action to be taken on that at the state, the county, and the local level. And when no action happened and I was exonerated in court, it was pretty clear that I was a troublemaker in their eyes, and they wanted to see me gone. And they tried to make my life difficult, and I've stood my ground on behalf of everyone in the community, and I'm still here.
You stood your ground, but I'm watching the video, and it doesn't look like anyone's standing up from you. From what I've heard, this sounds like something from a B movie where the police chief is taking over a town, and yet no one is fighting back other than yourself. Why is this happening?
Well, there's been a pattern in practice of harassment and arrests. You know, if you stand up and speak, you might get a visit from the building official or the privileged tax auditor or the police chief, and people are afraid. There's been a horrible public safety issue created now. The police chief was supposed to be placed on leave because his own officers filed criminal charges against him. He shouldn't have even been at this meeting that night, and none of this should have ever even happened. In a strange way, I'm used to reporting the news the last few months, not being the subject of it, and yet here I am. I've become the reluctant poster child for free speech issues.
Jennifer, what do you hope, because you're getting national attention and this show is going to keep pounding the table on this thing, what do you hope the ultimate outcome will be?
Well, honestly, Charles, what I'd like to see is that the decisions this council has been making, which we're all pretty sure are not legal at the state or the federal level, that maybe the State Attorney General Tom Horne will step in and give us some assistance and make some sort of ruling and hold them accountable. Basically, their attitude has been very cavalier. They even said at a meeting recently, well, until the court steps in and says we can't do it, we're going to keep doing it. And the fact that their disregard for the law is so blatant and overt because they assume we're 2 hours from the state capitol, no one's going to come out and interview them, no one's going to come out and investigate. They do what they do because they can, and we would like someone to take a hard look at the evidence that we have against the police chief, and what we really hope for is a forensic audit of the town's books.
Well, you know, we got to go, but it's kind of shocking no one has already come out to do all of the things that you're looking for them to do already. It's almost a no-brainer, 2 hours away. But I think we're out of time right now, Jennifer. Listen, keep up the battle. We're going to keep following this story, and we won't let you down. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Charles. I appreciate your interest.
You got it.
This is not a prescription. This is Mary, who has a million things to pick up each